Chat, thank God I am not a judge. Ludwig'S Game Jam has brought so many amazing games to the forefront of my Twitch stream, and I've met so many incredible devs and people through playing these games. It's been really amazing, honestly. It's really impressive that everyone's been able to make these games in 10 days or less. With that being said, having played 60 games out of the 155 submitted, I'm going to rank my top 20 and throw in my top 42, I think, that I'm going to make videos. Everything after 20 is not going to have an order. It's no particular order. But the top 20 are going to be in order. I mean, honestly, it's a little tough to tell because 1 through 10 could be... 1 through 5 are pretty solid, or 1 through 4 is pretty solid. And anything 5 through 10 could be mixed around. And then same thing with 11 through 20. Everything 11 through 20 I think deserve it to be outside of the top 10, but I could flip-flop them either way depending. It's a very hard call, and please, thank God I'm not a judge. Please don't hate me. I love all the devs. I really appreciate everyone for being so supportive of my stream, and I hope my feedback helped and I wasn't too harsh on any of your games. But with that being said, don't kill me, and let's get into the ranking of the top 42 Ludwig'S Game Jam games. When the actual results come in, the actual judges are Ludwig himself, Michael Reeves, Automated, and Valmerix. 4 people who are very much on a different wavelength from me in order to judge these games, so respect. Well, except for Valmerix. I don't know how the fuck he snuck in there, but, you know, whatever. So, the way I'm going to be judging the games. The Game Jam was Foddian themed, right? I'm going to be judging the games based on how true to the Foddian genre they are and how fun and innovative they are on the genre itself. So, with that being said, there were a lot of games that were made that had Foddian tropes, but weren't exactly fully Foddian. So I have included some games here that I will start off with that are good and well-made games, and the developers should be proud and amazing, but they fall short of being in the Foddian genre, so I will still make a video on them, but they will be outside of the top games, regardless of how good they are. Alright, if we're gonna judge something based on what a Foddian game is and what is true to the Foddian game genre, I should probably give you an intro to what I think Foddian games are. What I call Foddian games, instead of the word Foddian, I call them rage climbing games. But from what I've come to realize during this game jam is that it doesn't really have to involve climbing. Basically, it's a sandbox that gives you movement mechanics that you have to work your way through to the end to achieve a certain goal. Now, what I will be saying in this video lines up with a different type of genre, which is rage games. So, some of these games that I've played, if you mess up, you go all the way back to beginning every single time you mess up. This is what I would classify more as a rage game. If you play Jump King, Poke Stuck, and getting over it, when you fall, you have a chance, you have either a mechanic or a chance at landing on a platform in order to not lose 100% of your progress and recover. Most of the time, if you fall all the way back to the bottom, it's through chaining falls and chaining errors that are your own fault and your own skill to drop all the way down to the bottom. A Foddian game also cannot be unfair to the player. It should be entirely up to the player's skill what determines whether they beat the map or don't beat the map. When you start throwing out mechanics that end up being out of the player's control, leaving them vulnerable or unable to avoid or do anything about, it kind of takes away from the Foddian experience. The typical Foddian games are 100% up to the player's skill level in order to beat them or in order to not beat them and fail. This is a dictionary definition from Valmerix, as will also go in the video. Continuous level, ability to lose large chunks of progress, fair and rewarding for the player, and a game you can feel yourself improving in. Beautiful. Beautiful explanation. I agree with all those points. Let's move on. So, overall, throughout this game jam, I've been playing games straight for about a week since the game jam was finalized. The 10 days were over, and all the games were fully developed. I have played 60 video games. I have beaten 33 out of the 60 I have played, and that's not even it. I've watched other people, my streamers, my fellow streamers, my fellow friends, other game devs. I've watched more people beat and play other games that I didn't even play. So I've seen a very wide variety of games, which I feel I wouldn't be able to rank them without have done that. So I tried to play as many as possible, and see as many as possible in order to rank these. So we're going to start off with the games that I didn't think were Foddy enough to be considered, regardless of how good they are. Which, it might be controversial, but fuck it, this is my opinion. I'm not a judge. Please don't sue me, or hate me, or attack me. In no particular, these are not ranked in a particular order. These are just non-foddy games that were fire, is what I wrote on the list. So number 1, started off, Phoenix Wright. The text is fucking massive. Phoenix Wright. All right, there it goes, going down there. Fucking A. Can you go relax now? I'm trying to do my content here. Phoenix Wright was made by Dave Caruso and Natsu Timmy. It is a typing game, flash some gameplay on the screen. It's basically like a typing of the dead kind of thing, where if you mess up, it rewinds you, and you have to type the words or type the letters on beat with Ludwig's saying it. Again, it has fighting aspects, but it's more of a minigame type thing instead of like what I think a fighting game is. All right, moving on. This is another non-fighting game that was fire, that I feel like deserves a video and deserves to be included in this little review of the game jam I'm pasting. So that game is Super Rocket Monkey by Green Box Games. This was a very, very high rated game that was super polished and super good, well controlled. It's just like it's a 10 out of 10 all around. But to me, not really a Fodian game. It kind of feels like I'm playing some fun flash game on Miniclip or something. I've said that a lot of games, that it feels like a goated flash game I would have played like in a Miniclip back in the day. It just doesn't feel very Fodian to me. My next non-Fodian category game, let me go ahead and grab the picture here. One that a lot of people loved, including myself. I think this game is fucking fun as hell. But to me, not Fodian. And that is Upbeat by Phantom Badger. It's essentially just a rhythm game that you lose progress if you miss a note, and it's continuous, which is very Fodian in itself, but at the end of the day, it's a rhythm game. And I don't know if it deserves to win a Fodian type challenge, because at the end of the day, a Fodian game is like a schmovement game, right? It's not really schmovement in this game. It's a rhythm game. So I'm gonna put it down here. Definitely worth a play, by the way. If you are interested in playing any of the Game Jam games, please play this one. It is a very, very fun game. All right, moving on. Another classic, very high rated, that a lot of people played and loved, but just doesn't feel very Fodian. It feels more of a rage game and a memory game, and that submission is The Dating Game by Acerola. Again, fantastic memory game. Made for a lot of good moments on a lot of people's streams. Fucking dealing with this woman on this date. But I just don't know. Fodian game, like I said, schmovement. Doesn't feel like a Fodian game, but definitely worth a play. All right, another non-Fodian game that I think was well crafted and well made that I'm gonna put up on here is Egg Cup by Vancity Primal and Christopher Guerin. This game was a fucking dude, I played at like 4 a.m. I was like, I gotta beat this before I go to sleep. I was seething with rage. Felt like a rage game because you go all the way back to the beginning. And a goated flash game from back in the day. But to me, just not Fodian enough. But please, all the games I'm mentioning today, give them a shot. They're so good. Every single game I've played in this jam has been super fucking amazing. Like I swear to God, I can recommend all these games to anybody who's a gamer. Another game that felt more like a rage game than a Fodian game is next up right here, and that is Battle Bugs. Battle Bugs. Every single hit you get, with a exception of a few hit collisions and or hitbox collisions and one spot that I can recall, sends you back to the beginning. Very rage-inducing. Very difficult. Again, goated, like, feels like a goated flash game from back in the day, but just not Foddy enough to be a top spot on my list. It was made by, It was made by Yaz, Y Scribes, Athenian, Johnny Wan, and Dakota Hall. There you go. I gotta remember to credit everybody, so I don't look like some fucking dickhead. I gotta do this professionally. This is professional. 0-2 by Jezu. This game is essentially Celeste. The movement's real juicy, feels real good. Ooh, good storyline. Ooh. Good all around. It's just Celeste. It's not Fodian. Celeste I wouldn't say is Fodian. It's more just like an adventure type movement game. And when you do mess up enough to where you lose a lot of progress, it sends you right back to the beginning. So that's like more rage game aspect than Foddian. But deserves a spot because it was fantastic to play. There we go. Spell Stack by 4A 45 46 46. It's like a bullet hell with like spells and stuff that you have like all different abilities for. Really interesting mechanics. I really enjoyed it. I hope this goes somewhere. A lot of potential in all these games. And lastly, for our non-Foddian honorable mention games, we have a game from a new friend of mine and a very talented man. It is called Sev the Crim by Zemek, White Vault, and Core 3. In this game, you're a thief. It has a bit of a Foddian level, but it's mostly fairly easy movement. You don't really lose progress all too much. Kind of just, again, felt like a goated Flash game from back in the day. So I'm going to throw that in my non-Foddian section. And that completes our non-Foddian section. From here on out, we are going to be hopping in from numbers 21 through 34. Still not ranked in order, but these are going to be games that I feel still deserve a playthrough from any new Game Jam people. In no particular order. This is 21 through 34. This one is like is the only one on the list that I didn't play, but I watched Jason play, and it made me laugh so much at how much it broke his brain. I'm throwing it on the list, and I probably will play it at some point in the future. This is the only one I actually didn't play that's on this list. And that game is TikTok to the Top. I watched Jason play this, and literally this kid could not get the controls down, and it was so funny watching him mauled and break his brain. But I do think this game has potential, and it should be on the list. And I probably will play it and try to make a video on it. So that is our first entry. Oh, this one's made by Max Roffer. Pandemonium Pinball. This was like, it's like Foddian Pinball with a bit of a story in there. I thought it was pretty fun. It's by Slime Cubed. I think it's worth a playthrough. If you like pinball, it's literally just pinball, but you're climbing up an endless pinball machine until you hit the top. And it's pretty hype. And then I think the goal is to like get a high score and beat the devil so he doesn't fucking kill you or some shit. It was pretty fun. We have Back to the Nest by the Comfy. Comfy, a new favorite in the chat. I think this game is 100% worth a play. I just don't think it places in my top 20. It's a little short and a little easy. I think with some revamped mechanics and a longer, more challenging map, this could easily have broken into the top 20. But I'm putting it lower because it could be a bit longer, a bit more fleshed out, and a bit more challenging. We have the 7 layers of live streaming. This one I wouldn't have said it was Foddian unless you have the checkpoints on. Checkpoints really help in losing a lot of progress, but still keeping you in the game. It's a really, very average platforming experience, but it's a really fun one. With a lot of like Ludwig tropes in there, like the GameCube controllers and all the references to streamers, I think was really good. Like the story wise and the theme, I think was amazing. So I think this one definitely deserves a playthrough. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it, so I'm gonna throw it. Next up on this list, this one I would probably put, if I were to re-ranking them, this one would be closer to the 21, 22, 23, because this one was pretty damn good. I think it's just a little unpolished, but still a fun playthrough. It's Pumpkin Jump by TJRT. You basically throw grenades under you to grenade jump off platforms and go farther up the tower. Really fun one. So give it a shot. But doesn't break into the top 20 for me. Ascension. Ascension is basically a game where you have a grapple hook and you have to swing from platform to platform or climbing up a tree. I really like the concept. I think it works pretty well. I think there's a couple control things that could be. I think I talked to the dev a lot about the stuff I would tweak. Couple control things. The map needs a bit of pacing. And yeah, I think there's a bit of a flaw with grapple type games now that I'm realizing. And now that I've played like a couple versions that have grapples, there's a bunch of jam games that use a grapple mechanic. I think when you grapple, it's mostly like swinging from one end to another. You're not really increasing in height. So when they try to make maps that go really vertical, you need an extra mechanic in order to help the player go upwards and climb your map. But I think this game looks really good and plays really well. It just needs some tweaking to be something great. Knock Up Slime by a man in chat by the name of Dissenter the Dragon or something like that. It's a long one, long Twitch name. Call him Dissenter. It didn't work for me, but I did watch Jason play it. You basically have a slime that you need to use your player and your bat to knock it up platforms and bring it to the top. Very frustrating, but a very interesting take on the foddy genre. And I think it deserves a playthrough and a place on this list. But that being said, I did have some technical difficulties with it, and it could use some tweaks and some improvements in development in order to take it up to a top 20 spot. Peachy's Moonlight Journey. This was an adorable one. I love the fucking player model. Oh, he's such a cute little frog. The map is designed really well for the mechanics they have in place, aka the ball mechanic, where if you hit your head with the frog, he goes into a ball and bounces all over the fucking place, losing you a lot of progress. It's very frustrating, but it works with the map they have laid out. And I also talked with the dev about some ideas I had cooking up in the stove, so I'm excited to see what they do with it. And it definitely deserves a playthrough from anyone looking to play any of these jam games. So we're going to throw it right down here. Alright, this one I see having a lot of promise. I really love the art style. And I think it has a lot of potential. I just don't quite think it's finished enough or well thought out of enough in order to be in the top 20. And it's Twitch Frog Frenzy by Shimuro. I think with a little bit of some tweaks and some well thought out level design and you know, UI and control methods, I think this game could develop into be something really good. And it's worth a try because it's very cute, very good art style. I like the fact that the froggies are all gathered around Ludwig watching his stream. But it just drops outside of the top 20 for me. Melody of Dawn. This one had a very interesting like cube mechanic where like your horizontal speed determines like how far you go when you jump, and you also had a charge, so there was like those two mechanics to think about. The only thing I'd say bad about this game is a little like you know, bland, minimalist, there's just like a lot of just pale blues and pinks, and the wind is a problem in this game. I'll save that one. This one is a little controversial, I will say. This one's the one I thought about a lot, sneaking into the top 20 and not sneaking into the top 20. And it is Supermarket Squire. I know Ri-Fi's in chat. I really like this one. I just don't know if it fits inside my top 20. This would be like 21 though, with all the rest in this outside of the top 20. It doesn't get there for me. I want to see what you're doing to further develop it. I really do. I hope you reach out to me and let me play that future game I know you said you were going to work on. I hate it. It breaks my heart. Because I really love this game, but it just doesn't fit in my top 20. That one's 21 easily. After that, this one I'm going to make a video on. This one was insanely frustrating and could use some tweaking, but it is Marble Story. If anyone was in stream when I played this, you know what this game did to me. It broke my soul. Because the last jump is a little poorly spaced. But I think it has a very good concept that has potential, and I think it deserves to be on here. And I'm probably going to make a video about it, so PogChamp, it's on here. Another game I played that I think had some very interesting mechanics. I feel like I don't know why it was dark the whole time in the game. I guess because we're in a tomb, but it's Relic Hunter by King. I think this game has a lot going on. Some stuff that works, some stuff that doesn't. A lot of stuff that's cheesable, but definitely worth a playthrough. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I had a really good time. Run, Salmon, Run! This game is fucking a workout, man. But holy shit, is it well designed and just cool. I really like this game. I think it deserves to be up here on this list, and it deserves a video. I couldn't get through the whole thing because it just is such a fucking long game to be spamming left, right on the keyboard and to fucking god, my hand was dying when I played this. But that is our 11 through 24, I believe, right, boys? I left one off the list. This is Arm Day by John Livingston. This easily plugs into the 11 through now 35 picks in no particular order. Please add this one to the list. This one's fire. It'll be in the final screenshot. This one's good. I'm gonna preface this with this was an incredibly hard thing to rank. Everything 11 through 20, I can go back and forth with, moving back and forth around. Everything 5 through 10, I could probably switch around a bunch. I think 1 through 4, I have pretty solidly an idea in my head of what the top 4 was. That 5th spot, I know the top 5 get the money, so that 5th spot's like a little controversial because there's a lot of fucking good games in this game jam. With that being said, let's get in to the 11 through 20 boys. These ones are in order, so everything will be ranked in order from here on out. Oh, fuck. Everyone's going to be mad. With number 20, sneaking into the top 20. Again, a controversial one, because I think Supermarket Squire could be thrown at that top 20 as well. We have Losing Your Head by White Flame. Number 20 on my list. I think this game has a lot of smart design. I think is just underdeveloped for the map that he had and the mechanics that he had at play. A very solid pick that I think could go places with some further development. So it makes it into my number 20 spot right here. Coming in at number 19, we have Swinthwave. To me, this was the Foddian game that took the grapple mechanic and made it really fun and the most playable in order to beat the map and finish out the game. So it enters my top 20 at the number 19 spot. This one is by King the Luck. Well done, sir. Number 18. 18, boys. 18. We have a game by a good friend of mine named Fwop by Jitspo. This game is basically flop around like a fish simulator, but with some figuring out of the mechanics, you actually can control this fish fairly well in order to get it over the obstacles and beat the map. It is actually like a pretty good swing on a Foddian game that I think you should all try out because it is insanely frustrating. But once you learn a couple moves, couple tech, it becomes very beatable and a solid spot. Coming in at number 18. After that, coming in at number 17, we have a game by the name of Adversity Andy. This one is made by the guy who does Ludwig's animations. The shit camp animation where Hassan's massive and punches Ludwig. It's a beautiful art style, a very well-crafted game with a very simple and fun jump mechanic that I think deserves the number 17 spot. And also, Anchorlight made the music. Pog, Anchorlight, woo! Next up, we have Marsh's favorite game of the jam. Actually, one that has potential, I think, is a very well-crafted game. It is Escape Stoke by Tiger Bread. This one, basically, you have Ness's up B recovery from Smash as your only movement option, and a walk left and right, in order to jump up the platforms and get up to the top of the map. It is a very frustrating but very good game that I think with some tweaks, has potential to go places. It comes in at number 16 here on the list. All right, 15. I think this one came out of nowhere. This one is one that people did not see coming. It is a swing on the We Play game Tanks. It is Foddian Tank by Wasabi 340. It basically move up the levels by shooting in the opposite direction of your tank to slide yourself along the blocks. And if you fall, you can fall like only one level at a time, or you can fall in the perfect gaps that get you down to the bottom. It's a fairly good game. It takes a lot of skill. The bullets stay on screen every time you shoot. So if you get to a screen, we have to shoot a lot in order to maneuver around the map. The bullets will keep bouncing off the side walls and coming back at you, so you got to dodge those. It's a very good game, and I think it deserves its spot here at the number 15 spot on the list. Coming in at number 14, we have another fan favorite in my chat over the past couple days. This game is fucking phenomenal. It is Super Ball Struggle by Grotchlin. This one, I wasn't even gonna play it because I already saw Ghost playing it, and then I played it and I was like, I understood a lot more what the game was all about. And I think it snuck up on me, and rightly so deserves a spot at the number 14 spot. It snuck up on me for sure. It deserves that number 14 spot, I think. Number 13, here we go. This one, I think, has some of the most potential in the entire Game Jam. I just think it didn't have a map that complemented its game design well enough, and the map wasn't long enough. There also wasn't a walk cycle until the version 1.1 update, so I have to include it outside of top 10, even though it is a very beautiful game. It's Pink Katana. Chat already knows it. Yeah, I think this game's great. I think it just needs a better map that and level design that complements the sword slash mechanic. And it could really become something really awesome to play. Number 12, another one that, is so juicy. Ooh, the mechanic is so good, but it just falls short slightly. Because due to a couple core mechanics that need to be tweaked, and a couple UI stuff that can be tweaked. And that game is also by a good dev friend of mine. It's FDF4's Ascent. This game is a game about where you're a slime jumping around, and you place blocks under you in order to give yourself platforms to reach the next solid platform in the map. I think it just misses the mark a little bit with the concept is amazing though, and it deserves to be 12. And this next one, number 11, just outside the top 10, is one of my sleeper picks. Literally the last game I played. I had no idea it was going to be as good as it was. I think this one's more of a one that I like more than some people did. The art is beautiful. The song is beautiful. It's short and sweet and to the point. The controls are insanely tight and they're floaty but snappy. This one was huge for me. This one was a good one for me. Falls just short out of the top 10. Probably the lowest of the sleeper picks I chose. It's Pachinko. It's Paching KO by Hello Comics. Just like, man, you made the most beautiful, sounding game. Visually amazing. Controls are super tight. Oh, dude, I love this game. This is my number 11 game for sure. It fits the fighting aspect just enough where I think it deserves to be on the list and not outside. And that is going to be it for 11 through 20, boys. We're breaking into the top 10 now. This is where people are gonna, like, the actual people who believe in themselves to win are going to come at my throat. Oh, these games, by the way, I'm 90% sure, based on what I've heard, that the top 10 games... Hold on, let me go to full screen for this. The top 10 games in the Game Jam are going to be played live on stream by Mr. Ludwig'S himself. So if these games are what becomes in the top 10, this is what Ludwig would play. Just so you know. These are my top 10 after playing 60 of the games. So if they don't get on stream, don't yell at me. Yell at Ludwig and Val and everybody. All right? Otto and Michael Reeves. The number 10 spot in the Jam. One of my sleeper picks that I think deserves all the praise it's gotten. It is... Oh, wait, let me make the overlay. Wait, it is... Planet Cave by Pseudo Monkey. This game was so underrated, it was not even anywhere in the top, 30 most rated. And when I played it, it fucking blew my mind and amazed me. I love this game. I'm going to put this one up here. I think it needs some tweaks. It needs more clear routing of where the player is supposed to go. And also more clear edges of what's slippery and what's not. What's a flat platform of where you're supposed to go. I think the mechanics are developed on themselves very well. I think it's a very interesting take. I think it needs a consistent theme in the art style in order to make it loved by all and many. It definitely deserves a top 10 spot in my opinion. All right, boys. Coming in at number 9. This one, I made a mistake on when I was making the video, or when I was running through it in the video. I think I judged it too poorly because there was a browser source image specifically with my computer that ruined the experience for me. But upon further review of this game, it is insanely polished. The mechanic works really well when it does work, when you have a working version, which I think is an easy fix for the dev to make. And I really do not see it being anywhere outside of the top 10. And that game is Free Hook by Classic Dagger. Again, I don't see this one being outside of the top 10. I don't think the mechanic's fluid enough and good enough to be top 5 and win, but I do think this game was fucking... I missed the mark on this one because of the experience I had with the game, but I think it deserves to be up here because I'm pretty sure it was like a personal computer thing where it didn't work for me and everyone else had a different experience with it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh god. Alright, I know. Look. Val is going to disagree with me because Val liked it really well, loved it. But for me, I think there's just all these games in the top 10 are fucking fantastic. They're all like 10 out of 10 games that everyone should play. And I think, to me, Sorcery Climb comes in at number 8. I know this is probably going to change because Val loves this one so much, and Val is the actual judge. But to me, Sorcery Climb comes in at number 8. I think every game in the top 10 should be developed into full-fledged games, and will have like actual good speedrun communities and be great. Sorcery Climb, listen, Sorcery Climb could go anywhere from 8 to 5 for me. I think 8 to 5 could be switched around, but from my personal experience, Sorcery Climb comes in at number 8. I know Val's already getting mad in the chat. I see it. Moving on to number 7. This one is this one I will please make it a full-fledged game, and I will speedrun it. I think this one and Sorcery Climb are interchangeable, 7 and 8 for sure. They both are just games that are fucking insanely good mechanics and deserve a whole lot of praise and deserve further development to make them full-fledged games that are just fucking fantastic. It's the Fungal Cave. The controls are hard to master on this one, but I think the controls should be changed in order to make it more playable for a casual. This is easily in my top 10. Easily one of my sleeper picks. I fucking love Fungal Cave. I think Fungal Cave has a lot of potential and deserves to be in the top 10 easily. The movement's just so hype, and I think with revamped controls, dude, oh, it could be so great. It could be so great. I'm so excited to see if the guy. I really hope he fucking updates Fungal Cave, man. That one was easily my favorite one that has so much potential. All right, coming in at number 6 again. Oh god, I hate ranking. I hate ranking the top games because the difference between 6 and 5 is all the games in the 6 through 10 could have slotted to number 5 easier. I think the top 4 for me is pretty solid, but all the games 5 through 10 are like pretty much interchangeable to me. It's just up to your preference, or the judge's opinions, which ones will get in. This one's gonna hurt, but number 6 for me is Getting Over Ludwig by Super Coup. I don't know. I think this one could easily go in some people's top 5s, but for me, it's outside of the top 5. There's just other games that beat it for me. I love Super Coup to death. He's the fucking beautiful German man, but I don't think it makes top. I just can't put it top 5 for me. I can't do it. Chat. The top 10 games get shown on stream by Ludwig'S himself, but only the top 5 get a piece of the pie of the $10,000 that are put on the line by Ludwig'S. To me, these games stand above the rest. Above the 155 submissions. And I think these games, to me, are deserving of that 2 grand slice of the 10K. With the exception of number 5, because I think any of the 6 through 10 could slot into number 5. Number 5 is the only controversial one. But the top 4 are pretty solid in my opinion. So let's get into it, boys. Starting with number 5. Probably the most controversial pick on this list because any of these 6 through 10 could slot in for this one. Number 5, in my opinion, is Eraser by Ring-a-Ting. I think this game is fucking cool and hype. I love the style. I love the movement. I love the mechanics. Dark Souls inspired. Just a fucking fun playthrough. I was smiling and laughing the whole time. Didn't even beat it, and I was smiling and laughing the whole time. I will be doing a race in this with Duck, I think, in the future streams. It's a controversial pick. It's a controversial pick. I think Eraser sneaks into the top 5 in my opinion. But please, I'm not a judge, so don't kill me. Coming in at number 4. A game made by a new friend of mine. A very nice guy. That game is at number 4. Teleport Tower by Retro MMO and the rest of his team, who is Osiris, Ragchomp, and Flurp. Easy top 5. I think it's pretty solid. I think it's short of the top 3, but easy number 4. Very easy decision for me to include this in the top 5. So well done, Retro. I think I already told him this on a stream before. But I think this game is fucking fun and fantastic. And it deserves a top 5 spot, man. Easy number 4 for me. Easy. Number 3, another good friend, new friend of mine from the creator himself. It is Duck's Frog King. It's a Foddian game that has boss battles. It sounds epic, it is epic, and it deserves the number 3 spot on this list, deserving of a piece of the cash. Well done, Duck with Frog King. Alright, boys, our top 2 games. Coming in at number 2, also winning a slice of the money, it is Pumpkin by Steph and Stupid, aka Jake Nissen. I think this game was probably one of the most fun I've had playing the games in this Lud Jam. Literally fucking the most well-polished, one of the most well-polished games in the pack. Amazingly fun mechanic, very quick and speedy, Foddian to its core, the map. This game surprised the shit out of me. This game was awesome. If you haven't played this game yet, go play it. I mean, like, it. I would say it doesn't get better than this, but there is one that gets better than this, and I think it's pretty obvious. This game 100% stands a tier above the rest. The level design, perfect. Game sounds crisp, juicy. Soundtrack, juicy. Art, monochrome colors, but still beautiful. And has like these cute little characters sprinkled around. The mechanic is quick, snappy, easy to recover. The mechanics change and develop and get more complex as you go up the map. It's a long map. It's definitely one of the most longer maps in the pack that has the most going on in it. And I think it's the most designed map, and it creates the most fun experience, the most true to the Foddian mechanic experience possible out of all these games in the Game Jam. It's Polywog, chat. Polywog by Lee Pick. This game, man. This game, I don't know how you pulled this off in 10 days. This game's a fucking masterpiece. Easily my favorite out of everything I've played. I don't know how the hell you make this in 10 days. Well fucking done. Bravo. Very deserving of the number 1 spot, in my opinion. Congratulations to you, Mr. Lee Pick, on earning my number 1 approval. And that wraps up my top 40, whatever the fuck it was. Oh, boys, please don't hate me. I am not a judge. I am literally just, this is from my personal experience. This is what I played and enjoyed. All these games are worth a shot. Please go try them out. They're all amazing and they all deserve a playthrough. Thank you to all the devs for making these games and participating in the jam. It's given me a whole lot of content, and I really, really hope Ludwig sees more than just the top 10 and gets to play as many as possible, because holy shit, are you guys talented and are just fucking mature, nice, amazing people. I really hope to be interacting with you guys in the future. Whether it's you're doing future game jams and need someone to playtest, please hit me up. I will for sure playtest your game and try to give feedback. I think that was probably some of the most fun I've had on stream in a long time. And I hope to keep in contact with all the devs and stuff. So, well done to everybody. It's not over, though. I'm not the judge. So please, keep your hopes up. My opinion could be completely irrelevant to Ludwig's, Otto's, Michael Reeves, and Val's. So keep developing, keep honing your skills. And, yeah. That's been me. My official Ludwig's Game Jam tier list. Top 44 out of 155. Only top 20 are in order, with number 1 being top left. I guess I could just get rid of this. Top 44 out of 155. Maybe this is the capital, because why not? Top 44 out of 155. Only top 20 are in order, with that being from number 1. With number 1 being top left. All these games are amazing. Should be given a playthrough. Well done to all the devs. Incredibly talented group of Ludwig's. Hashtag Ludwig Jam at Ludwig.